that the officer will give you the ticket and say, and he'll sign it, and that you've got 45 days to take care of this, a month and a half. Why? Why did they give you a month and a half? It's because the police know and the system knows. Oh, and that just reminded me. You know where the word system comes from? You've got a judicial system, an educational system, a banking system. The word system is a Latin word. It was a word for the sewer. In Rome, they call it the sewer system. That's what we got here, the sewer system. Anyway, when you get the... what was I talking about? $45 days. The reason why they give you 45 days is because if you go in, it says that you are not agreeing that you are guilty of anything when you sign a ticket. You are usually a month and a half later. Because the law book says if you come in within the first 10 days, there is no charge. No one's ever said you were guilty of anything. There is no charge. You walk in within the first 10 days, and you have a form. There's a couple of forms you fill out, and then they will tell you, well, we can't handle this right now because we don't have your paperwork yet. And you say, of course you don't have my paperwork yet. You want it to go after the 10 days, because after the 10 days, you are now guilty by default. You now are guilty by default because you did not take care of the ticket within the first 10 days. Because if you walk in within the first 10 days, and it's best to bring a witness with you, with the form, and you walk in and say, I want to take care of this. Here I am. It says on or before, so here I am before. I want to take care of this. Now I want you to take this off of my record, get rid of this thing because there's no charges on there. I came in on or before. And they'll say, well, we don't have the paperwork on it yet. You say, well, it's too bad. Here's what the law says. The law says on or before, and I'm in here before. Here is the form. I filled it out saying that I was here. I have a witness that I'm here. I'm giving it to you. And when you walk off, they have to tear the ticket up and throw it away because there was no charge and you came in within the first 10 days and there's no charge and they throw it away. But everybody thinks, oh, well, I got a month and a half, leave it. Good. All you need to do is leave it 11 days, and they've got you now. You lost by default. Say it again? Of course I do. What am I doing? I'm sitting here in front of 100 people talking to myself? Of course. I'm in an office that gets over 100 phone calls a day from all over North America, the Bahamas, all over creation. I personally get 15 to 20 phone calls from all over the world every day. But especially does the company get at least 100 phone calls a day from all over North America, Canada, and people are sending us wires, they're sending us emails, faxes, people are coming by the office 4 or 5 times a day, people are coming from all over the country, coming out to visit, they come by the office, they show us what they did, they sit down and tell us how they did it, here's what we did, we followed your book, we followed this material you gave us here, and here's what they did, here's how we saved the house, we saved this, we saved that. Do you realize when you walk into a bank, and you want to borrow money on a new home or a car, you know what happens? This is very interesting. When you walk into a bank and you ask for a loan to buy a house or a new car, what they will do is they first of all check your credit to make sure you can pay for it. Second, if they decide that they will finance the new car for you, they have to have the agency, the new car agency, has to have a form showing exactly what that automobile cost, what it is appraised at, with a state appraisal on that vehicle. This car is worth this much, stamped by the state. This is how much the vehicle's worth. And consequently, They can take that now, because this car is worth, say, $35,000. That's the worth of the car. The state then allows the bank to take this ownership of the car, the paperwork, and put it into a private bank account in your name. They open up a checking account in your name, and they don't tell you that. So they come out with the papers, these chumps, they come out and say, oh, well, here's all the paperwork. We've got it all done. I said, yeah, I'll bet you got it all done. You lousy. I'll bet you got it all done. Let me read the papers that you've got all done, chump. Then you say, well, here's all the papers. Yeah. Then you find out what they've done is they took the ownership of the vehicle, the amount that the state agrees to that the vehicle is worth, and puts it into a checking account and opens up a checking account and signs your name to it unlawfully. They sign your full name to it. And now you have a second checking account. If you have one at the bank, now you got two. Now the checking account has $35,000 in it. So then they write a check on your checking account for $35,000 and give it to the auto agency to pay for the car. And now they keep the ownership of the car until you pay them that $35,000 with interest. But the point is, they never loaned you a nickel. They took the vehicle, which was worth $35,000, opened up a checking account in your name unlawfully, illegally. It's a felony to sign another person's name on a checking account, and the banks do it all the time. And now there's $35,000 in there. They type out a check on the new checking account, and you get it, thinking the bank is giving you money. No, airhead, they're giving you a piece of paper that is based on the value of the car. So consequently, the bank is giving you zero, nothing, but you're going to give them interest. Now, once you understand that according to the law, that is a felony. The bank can be shut down. The president of the bank can go to jail. It's a felony. People have signed names illegally and passed paper on the maritime law. Money has changed hands, and it was a total illegal act on the international law. And consequently, the bankers know that, and everybody knows it, but it works. So all you've got to do is get the right form, and we have it. The right form, you fill it out, and you send it to the Department of State, the State Department of the United States, and the Department of the Treasury, and to the bank, and you serve notice on them. They're all going to jail. They're all going to jail for felonies, right? And the first thing they do is they will call you and contact you, and, well, let's talk this over. Let's see what we can do. And we've had people come in our office and say to us and show us, they just give us the car. They just give it to us. And told us, just go on out of here and get out of here. And don't. They said, what? Well, it's either that or their ass is going to jail, one of the two. Do you know how many people, how disruptive this could be if all people who are buying new cars and homes and whatever went in and said to the bank, I want to know, under law, I want you to testify before me, and I have two witnesses. Did you give me money from the bank to buy this car? No. Then why am I paying you money back if you didn't give me any money to start with? I said, well, that's the way it works. No, that's the way it works with everybody else. That ain't the way it works with me. And so consequently, once you understand the way the system works, you're going to see that religion, politics, government, the entire social structure in the Western world is a very corrupt system. Okay? But I believe that the original country called America, the concept as filled with imperfections as it was and still is, I believe that America offers the greatest single potential for freedom the world has ever known.